In this lecture, we will learn how to create pods in Kubernetes using the declarative approach by creating the YAML configuration file and then applying it to Kubernetes. So we will start first of all by creating the YAML configuration file needed to deploy a pod in Kubernetes. And any name can be given to this file. For me, I will call it nginxpod.yaml because I want to create a pod running an nginx container. For most Kubernetes objects, the YAML file must have 4 top-level properties to create the object, and these properties are API version, kind, metadata, and spec. The API version is used to define the version of the Kubernetes API to which the object belongs to. To create a pod, we set it to v1. Then we have the kind property, which indicates the type of the Kubernetes object that we want to create. It can be set, for example, to pod if you want to create a pod, or to service when you want to create a service. So the value assigned to this property depends on the object that you want to create. Here we want to create a pod, so the kind property must be set to pod. Next we have the metadata property. The metadata property is used to define data about the Kubernetes object which you may need later when working with this object. In the metadata section, you can give a name to the object. You can also attach labels to the object, which you may need later for filtering or linking this object with other Kubernetes objects. In our case here, we will just give a name to the pod. We will call it nginx pod, and we will give one label to this pod, which is app nginx, which must be defined under the labels property in the metadata section. Finally, we have the most important section, which is the spec section. The spec section defines the desired configuration of the object that we want to create in Kubernetes, and it depends on the type of the Kubernetes object being defined. For example, for a pod, it contains the configuration details of the pod, such as which containers should be run, what volumes should be mounted, and more. One of the properties that we have here under the spec section for a pod is the containers property, which is an array used to define the containers that you want to create as part of this pod. For the nginx pod that we have here, we want to create just one container using the nginx image, and we will call it nginx container. So for each container, we set the image and the container name using the image and the name properties. Now the YAML file is ready to be applied to Kubernetes to create the pod. To apply the YAML file to Kubernetes, we run the kubectl apply command followed by the -f option and the name of the YAML file, and this will tell Kubernetes to create the object as it is defined in the YAML configuration file. Once the pod was created successfully, a message will be displayed to confirm that a pod called nginx pod was created. And you can verify that by listing the pods already exist in your Kubernetes cluster by executing the kubectl get pods command. And as we see here, we have a pod called nginx pod, and it was created 52 seconds ago. You can view the node where the pod is running by executing the kubectl get pods command with the white option. And here, because I am working with Minikube, the name of the node where the pod is running is Minikube M02. To get more information about a specific pod, we can use the kubectl describe pod command followed by the name of the pod, and this will give you a lot of information that can be useful for troubleshooting and debugging purposes. The part that we have here of the output of the kubectl describe pod command is just the first part, and more useful and critical information can be found in the bottom of the output of the kubectl describe pod command. Finally, for deleting the pod, we run the kubectl delete command followed by the -f option and the name of the YAML file used to create the pod. After deleting the pod and by running the kubectl get pods command, we will notice that the name of the pod disappears, and that confirms that the pod was deleted successfully. So that's how we can create, list, and delete pods in Kubernetes. I hope that everything is clear, and see you later.